again. In the last video, which was an introduction about our series, we talk about how you can download the Zabbix. We talk about our scenario, and in this video I want to show you how you can install Zabbix itself and what is our requirements for installing the Zabbix. For example, uh, we will install SSH, SNMP and SMTP, and why we should install them. Also, we log into Zabbix for the first time. But before that, please let me uh, have a review about our scenario. This is our Zabbix server, this guy. So the Zabbix server is responsible to monitor a couple of networking devices like routers and machines like Windows servers and Linux servers. So the Zabbix server needs SNMP to monitor a networking device, and also suppose that this router is down, and the Zabbix should send an alert email to administrator for informing him or her to this router is down, the link is down, or something like that. So let's jump in. At the first, we will install a virtual machine for Zabbix, and we will install SMTP. Why SMTP? Because we have to send an alert email, and I recommend we use SSH for make secure and easy configuring the Zabbix server as well. After that, we will verify the IP address. We try to connect to Zabbix by PuTTY. We change the IP address if it's needed. We will install SNMP because we want to monitor networking device and servers. And finally, we will update and upgrade the Linux. By the way, we use Ubuntu distribution for installing Zabbix. So the first step is creating a virtual machine. I use Oracle Virtual Machine, Oracle VirtualBox for installing Linux on this machine. So create new Zabbix, I don't know, server, any name you want. So the type is Linux, distribution or version is Ubuntu. What about the RAM? Okay, I use 2 GB of RAM and 20 GB of hard disk for this virtual machine. But if you want to decide about your environment, depends on the scale of your network. What should we do? Zabbix. I'm in Zabbix.com. What would I did? Zabbix.com. Zabbix.com. Okay, in the products documentation, we want to use the last version of Zabbix 2.4. Okay, 2.4. Manual, installation requirements. Here it's hardware and software requirements for Zabbix. For example, for CPU, it depends on your scale, depends on how many monitored hosts you have. You can decide about CPU and memory as well as database. Also, you have an example about hard disk. For example, you have in this example here, you have 3,000 items which should be stored for 5 years, so you will need more than 16 gigabyte free space on your hard disk. So anyway, I use 20 gigabyte of RAM, 2 gigabyte of RAM and 20 gigabyte of hard disk. If you need more information, you can go here. Okay, 2 GB of RAM. Next, create. Next. 20 GB of hard disk. Setting and network. So this network, which is belongs to Zabbix server on virtual machine. This network should be bridged to the interface you are connected through this interface to internet. What does it mean? It means at the moment I'm connected to the internet via wireless. This is the interface card which connect me to internet. So I should bridge these networks to my wireless. Hello and okay. Oh, one more thing. In the storage part, for CD-ROM, I choose Ubuntu server, the ISO image of Ubuntu server. I downloaded in the last video. Okay, start, minimize. Yes, English is okay, please. Install Ubuntu, English is okay. I live in New Zealand. No, I don't want. English is okay, English is okay. Okay, during this time, let me show you something. What I did, I create a bridge between the virtual machine, this virtual machine, and my interface card, network interface card. Also, as I want to connect it to GNS3, this is GNS3, I add a cloud, configure the cloud, for example, for the name. Hello. And for the interface card, here I choose wireless for this cloud as well, and I just change the symbol to this one. So this cloud is connected to my environment as well as my interface card, which is connected to virtual machine as well. What does it mean? It means this is a cloud. This cloud is connected to my wireless and connected to my laboratory. Okay, it's done. Now we jump back to our virtual machine. For the host name, I'll choose Zabbix SRV. For the full name, I'll choose Ali Reza. For the username, I'll choose CBT for all. For the password, I'll choose CBT for all as well. Okay, let's do it. Hostname Zabbix SRV. Full name Ali Reza. CBT for all as an account, username. Password CBT for all. Again CBT for all. So as CBT for all is a weak password, you want to warn me, do you want to use this password? I say yes, I want to use this password, but maybe you choose a stronger password in your environment. But as it's a lab, it's okay for me. Yes, I want to choose this. Do you want to have encrypted home directory? No, I don't want. Okay. it's done. All of them is done. So, do you want to change your time zone? As I live in New Zealand, everything is okay for me. If you want to change your time zone, you can choose no and change your time zone. I live in Auckland, everything is okay, so it's okay for me. Okay. Okay, I prefer to let Ubuntu to create the partition for me. Yes, yes. Do you want to write? Yes. Use all of these for partition? Yes. Do you want to write? Yes. So, good. It's done. As I don't use the proxy, so I say continue. So I leave it blank. Okay, I don't want to use automatic update. So it's done. So now as we want to install SSH server and mail server, this is the time to do it. So here, SSH server and mail server. Okay. Choose internet site. So I selected internet site and I want to use this name for my Zabbix servers, but don't worry, it's just a name. You can consider every name you want. .cbt4all.com. Do you want to use certificate of SSL? Yes. Localhost is okay. So it's done. Yes, I want to have master boot record. And it's done. Okay. Now I want to restart the virtual machine. Yes. And virtual machine is restarting. And after a while, Ubuntu will be boot. Hopefully. Okay. Now we want to verify the IP address. So the command is ifconfig for verifying the IP address. At the first, we should log into the Linux CBT for all as a username, password again CBT for all, ifconfig. The IP address is 192.168.173. So, but based on our scenario, the IP address should be 200. So it seems we should change the IP address. For do it, I use PuTTY and SSH for connecting to Zabbix and changing the IP address and other configurations. So I'll jump to my download, PuTTY. What was the IP address? The protocol is SSH 192.168.173. I want to make it bigger for you, so the font size should be larger. Okay, this is my firewall. No worry. Yes, I want to accept this certificate. CBT for all. CBT for all. Good. IF config. So the IP address is this one. Okay, I won't need this anymore. Make it smaller. So now I want to change the IP address. For do it, I will use these these commands. But before that, please notice, if you want to have more information about how you can change the IP address in Ubuntu, you can use this block. Let me show you. This is the block. Okay, here, paste. This is the blog. You can study more or have more information about how you can temporarily, statically, dynamically change the IP address and the name server as well. And the second issue is, if you want to, let me change the color here. If you want to change the IP address, you have to use the sort of software called VI editor. So if you want to have more information about VI editor, you can use this blog. Okay, let me first find. Where are you? I forgot to copy here. Okay, no worry. No worry, I'll search for you. Okay, Google VI editor. Which one? First one, second one? I don't know. Okay, it's good. You can find all commands here. And what about this is good as well. You can find all of the commands here, how you can use VI editor. But in our scenario, the only commands we will need is, if you want to insert something, use I. If you want to delete something, use X. If you want to move from side to another place, arrow key for up and down, left and right. Escape, changing the mode. Column for inserting, for going to command mode. This is for quick without saving. This is quick with saving. So I show you. Let me find something for you first. So here you can see my keyboard, and here is the party. Good. Okay, first we use this command. We use this command for editing the interface file. So this is the command. That's why I recommend you use party and SSH, because you can only copy and paste the commands here. Copy, paste. By right clicking, you can paste the commands or everything here. Okay, the password is CBT for all. Good. So I want to move, so I use arrow key. Is it good? Yes, it's good. I want to change the IP address. I'll go here. I want to delete, clear this one. So I use X. I want to insert something. Before that, I go here and copy out the IP address is incorrect. Now it's correct. Copy. I want to insert something. I press I. It goes to insert mode. Right click. It's paste. So I want to go back. Escape. So it's good, very good. I want to save, so I want first I have to go to command mode, shift column. You will see I change to command mode. WQ right. Very good. I like it. Okay. Oh, I want to verify it. So everything is okay now. Escape. Column. Q. Shift. Because I want to quit without saving. Good. Now I want to change the oops. So we did it. It's done. I want to change the name server. Sometimes you will need to change the name server. So the command is this one. But the name server here is correct. If you want to change it, you can go and change it. But here everything is okay. Okay, good. So I won't need this anymore. Let me show you something first. ifconfig. You will see the IP address is not changed yet. So although we changed the configuration file, but we will need restart the network service in the Ubuntu. What should we do? As when we restart the network service, we couldn't be connected to this party anymore. Oh, what I did. Okay, so we couldn't be connected to this party anymore. What should we do? We should close this party. We have to jump back to Ubuntu again and type these commands manually. sudo if op which interface 0 cbt for all cbt for all. Okay, now if sudo if down which interface 0 sudo etc initial d networking restart sudo if op which interface 0. Okay, now if config. You will see the IP address is changed now, so we can use party again. 192.168.1.200 for larger size of fonts. Okay, now ifconfig. Oh, sorry. Oh, I forgot to log in first. 192.168.1.200. Okay, cbt for all, cbt for all, ifconfig. Everything is okay now. So minimize, and here we successful, and successful. Next, Now we want to install the SNMP on this device. So this is the putty and this is the commands. Copy, paste. Easy. CBT for all. Why I typed the password wrong? Okay, CBT for all. Second, commands, copy, paste. Yes. Okay, the third one. The next one. You see, it's easy. Just copy and paste. The next one. And the last one. Oops. Copy. Paste. Yes. So it's done. Now we want to update. First update list, and after that update server. Yes. Okay, it's done. Let me first check again to be sure. Yes, everything is done. So this task is done as well. So but suppose that for any reason you forgot install SSH. If you forgot install SSH on or mail server on your Linux, or maybe you want to use a Linux server which you already have, so you can use these commands for installing SSH server and mail server for your Ubuntu as well. Okay, our server, Linux server, is ready, and we want to install Zabbix itself. So for this, this is the command. Again, copy. Before this, let me show you how you can find these commands. Here in the Zabbix documentation, this installing from package. Here you can find the commands for installing Zabbix on CentOS, Red Hat, everything. But we want to install on Ubuntu. Here, Ubuntu. So we will use these commands. You can only copy and paste without this sharp sign. Copy this part. So I did, and I just want to copy, paste. Second command, copy, paste. Again, update, copy, paste, and installing. But before installing, please notice that what we are installing. We are installing Zabbix Agent as well as Zabbix server on this server. What does it mean? Zabbix agent is used for sending data, sending monitoring data, and Zabbix server used for receiving sending data. Monitoring data. What does it mean? It means we want to monitor Zabbix server as well. So as we want to monitor Zabbix server, we will need to install Zabbix Agent on this machine. Okay. Enter, yes, and wait. Okay, now we want to configure the MySQL. I choose CBT for all for password. So here CBT for all, again CBT for all. Yes, I want to configure MySQL for Zabbix server. The password is CBT for all, again for administrator, CBT for all, CBT for all. So yes, and choose the password. Okay. Now we have to configure the configuration file. Zabbix configuration file. For this we have to use VI editor again. So the command is this one, copy and paste. So I'm using arrow key for going down. Here by pressing X I'm deleting this character. I want to delete this one, XXXX. So I want to go back, press insert for inserting command. I want to use this time zone, right click for paste, escape for go back to current mode. Okay, for verifying everything is okay. So what I did, I removed this from zone time. As I live in New Zealand, this is my time zone. If you want to find your time zone, you can use this block. So the last thing is restarting Apache server. Apache restart. I don't need this anymore. Okay, it's done. Good and easy. So what was the IP address of the Zabbix server? Oh, it's not Zabbix server. Body ifconfig. The IP address of Zabbix server was 192.168.1.200. So we use this IP address, the IP address of Zabbix server, plus Zabbix. So I open the browser 192.168.1.200 / Okay, so welcome to a welcome wizard of Zabbix. Click next. Everything is okay. Click next. Here. So This is okay. This is okay. And here we should be sure that Zabbix is connected to MySQL. The password I had chosen was CBT for all, so I will insert CBT for all as a password, and after that test connection. So what does it mean? It means here the next button is not available, it's disabled. When you put your password CBT for all and after that click on test connection, if the connection was okay, you see the next button is enabled now. Okay, next, 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 and finish. So tick, tick, tick. The default username is admin. Please notice the A is capital, and then default password is Zabbix. So it means admin and Zabbix. Okay, it's done. Well done. In the next video, I will show you how you can configure the Zabbix. Thank you for your time, and I hope it's informative for you, and I want to thank you for viewing. Bye.